they are among the fiercest warriors of the Banished. Where they go, death follows. Hey guys, welcome back to Banished, Covenant Canon. It's been a while since I've done these ranked videos, so I thought it'd be appropriate to make a video on my favorite Banished characters in Halo Infinite. In here, I've compiled a list of my favorite Banished characters from Halo Infinite's campaign, be they high value targets or main campaign characters. Before I begin though, let me give a shout out to all those within the Covenant Canon Patreon. If you want to help the channel in any way, shape, or form, be it a minor or all the way to a clan elder, just head over to the description box below and hit that button. Now with that out of the way, let's begin. This is my top 10 Banished characters in Halo Infinite. Number 10. TREMONIUS.
ESCHARUM's orders are that you should be brought before him. He did not specify in how many pieces.
An arrogant chieftain within the Banished, TREMONIUS led the assault on the last bastion of the UNSC on Zeta Halo, the UNSC Mortal Reverie. Following the carnage, TREMONIUS established a new outpost named in his honor. This base would become paramount in the discovery and release of the Harbinger from her Silex. Months later, the Banished Warlord would become the first commanders to combat the Master Chief. However, his overconfidence proved to be his undoing, as the Spartan cut him down with little trouble. As ESCHARUM put it bluntly,
"Do not fool yourself. He was not the best of the Banished, not by any measure."
Number 9. WRITH. Born in the Tower of Vetnos on the asteroid colony of Azid, WRITH was the ship mistress of the frigate Dagger of Mercy during the Covenant's war on humanity. Due to her exceptional skills in space warfare, she was bestowed the role of Naval Combat Architect. Her naval prowess would help her rise in prominence within Tartarus' circle, but after the fall of the Covenant, WRITH took her frigate and crew and continued to ransack and loot Forerunner relics, trading them to the black market, yet still yearned for naval conflict. She sought out Atriox and joined his Banished, and the War Master welcomed the seasoned shipmistress with open arms. She participated in the Banished invasion of Zeta Halo, where she would be subsequently killed by the last Spartan, John 117. Number 8. BIPBAP the Vanquisher. An extremely aggressive individual among the Ungoi, BIPBAP served as a bodyguard for high-ranking individuals within the Covenant. While serving under the chieftain of the WRITH, Tartarus, BIPBAP earned a reputation for extreme ruthlessness for slaying scores of his own species, after they sided with the Sangheili during the Great Schism. But after the Covenant's collapse in late 2552, BIPBAP returned to his homeworld of Balaho and fashioned himself as an assassin for hire. He was so successful in this profession that his clan bestowed upon him the title of Vanquisher. Later on, BIPBAP became notorious for his multiple acts of widespread destruction on the colony of Venezia. He would later join the Banished and accompany them to Installation 07, and he would be assassinated by the Master Chief, bringing an end to the most dangerous Ungoi alive. Number 7. Engadon. One of the first Banished, Engadon was born on Zomar, a major city on the WRITH colony moon of Tish. While still a mere foot soldier for the Covenant, Engadon fought during the invasion on the human colony of Algolis. There, he would become one of the first to join Atriox and Decimus in their initial revolt against the Covenant. He would then rally his clan, the Bulwark of Bone, to the Banished cause, and forge a new identity for them as their chieftain. he would carve a violent path through dozens of human colonies, leaving them severely crippled. On the surface of Zeta Halo, he would face the legendary demon known as the Master Chief in open combat. With the last Spartan alive, he would try to prove his supremacy against this human. Unfortunately, he would fail in that challenge, as the Spartan's will to survive was stronger than the chieftain's. Number 6. THAV SEBARIM. A fierce and ruthless leader, THAV SEBARIM was born on the blood moon of Suban in the Keep of Malistan, eventually becoming the Kaidan of the Keep and his clan. He was one of the leading commanders who partook in the battles of Reach, Earth, and Luna, but deserted from his post after the prophets betrayed the Sangheili and returned to Suban. After the downfall of the Covenant and the beginning of the Blooding Years, THAV joined the Banished, carving out a ruthless reputation, slaying scores of humans across countless worlds. When the Banished occupied Zeta Halo, THAV was put in charge of the main POW compound, the Redoubt of Sundering, until he and his base was destroyed by the Master Chief when he resurfaced just months after the Banished took over the Ring World. Number 5. CHAK.
Welcome to my tower, Master Chief. It is where you will be broken. It is where you will give up your secrets.
Disarmingly calm and cordial, CHAK's true nature is that of sadistic torture. Once a member of the Evocati Seneschal Order, CHAK was instrumental in the recruitment of several dozens of Sangheili Ultra divisions to partner with the Banished. Cunning and ruthless, CHAK was particularly adept in the art of violent persuasion, skilled in the practice of interrogation and intel extraction. With the Banished, he discovered a newfound autonomy, turning on his former empire in order to gain information on key strategic locations, targets, and assets that were vital to the furthering of the Banished arsenal and influence. During the Banished's extensive occupation of Zeta Halo, CHAK installed an intelligence resource hub he called the Tower. Shortly after he had mortally injured Spartan Hudson Griffin, CHAK was hunted down and eliminated by the legendary Spartan, the Master Chief. Number 4. ZERETUS the Scourgemaker. A true warrior of the Banished, ZERETUS was among the first to join the Banished after the fall of the Covenant. Having joined Aatrox's numbers, ZERETUS proved his valor in combat and his ability to command forces on the battlefield. During the Banished's campaign against the UNSC on the Ark, his skills were tested even further, yet he emerged as a favored choice of Aatrox to return to the galaxy in their pursuit of Zeta Halo. These chosen few were known as the Exodus Guard. On the Ring World, the Scourgemaker was integrated into the Bloodstars and set out to crush what remains of the UNSC forces still lurking on the Ring. But it would be ZERETUS who would be crushed by the hands of the last demon during the Spartans' resistance against the Banished. Number 3. OKRO VAGADUUN. A remarkably skilled blade master who learned at the feet of the legendary Toha Sumai, OKRO VAGADUUN was the last surviving member of the Blood-Brave Guardians of Suban, a mercenary sect which spurned allegiance to the Covenant for the sake of the purity of the elites. When the High Prophet sought out to end this rebellion in the Subanese jungle crater of Kovakal, they dispatched an entire battle group to obliterate any vestiges of the Blood-Brave Guardians that they could find. In the escape, he encountered Decimus of the Banished and was, to his surprise, given quarter. With nothing left remaining of his home, VAGADUUN joined the War Chief and found new meaning in their ranks, playing a pivotal role in numerous Banished campaigns and eventually escorting Aatrox himself to Zeta Halo, where he would meet his end by the Master Chief, putting an end to this legendary Blade Master. Number 2. JEGA RDOMNAI.
Soon you'll meet your end. Say goodbye.
An immortal hand of Aatrox, JEGA RDOMNAI is a Sangheili Blade Master and once served as a silent shadow. He was the sole survivor of a mission to ambush and eliminate 2 Spartan 3 headhunters. JEGA's body was left scarred and broken, but his lust for battle and blood easily outweighed the Sangheili's edict to shun medical attention or prosthetic augmentations. The result was a cyborg killing machine dedicated to exacting revenge on any Spartan he encountered. Shunned by his own kind within the Covenant, JEGA rose in prominence among the Banished ranks, earning the trust and friendship of ESCHARUM himself, who made him the very first member of the Hand of Atriox. When the Banished launched their assault on Zeta Halo, JEGA was a vital element in their occupation, responsible for the deaths of countless human soldiers, including several Spartan operatives. Before we get to our top pick, let's go over some honorable mentions. INKA SAHAM, member of the SAHAM clan and general within the Banished. BALKARUS, one of the Exodus guards who accompanied Aatrox to Zeta Halo. NOVUS the Devourer, a fearsome Jurohanai chieftain who devours the limbs of his slain enemies. BASSUS, a brute with little insight, but none of strength with his hammer.
Spartan's not so tough, I think. Break open easy. Soft inside.
Chief?
I see him.
Number 1. ESCHARUM.
I am ESCHARUM, War Chief of the Banished. This is my world now. And you have little time remaining in it.
The old and menacing war chief of the Banished, ESCHARUM was the Deskalo, or mentor, of Aatrox himself. He, along with Decimus, served as the war chief's most trusted lieutenants, and when Aatrox left for the Ark, ESCHARUM took charge of the wider Banished forces in the galaxy. Over a year later, he would spearhead the occupation of Reach in order to find a portal to the Ark, bringing his former apprentice back to the wider galaxy. He would accompany Aatrox to Zeta Halo, and after his supposed death, ESCHARUM was the sole leader of the Banished war effort on Zeta Halo. And yet, he lacked a true purpose as he was dying of old age. Fortunately for the war chief, the legendary Master Chief would resurface months later and offered the old Deskalo a chance to forge a true legacy amongst the Banished for generations to come. Though the Spartan defeated ESCHARUM, his death will inspire 1,000 others, solidifying his eternal glory.
Tell them I died well.